Fuck. Shit, session's done. I've just gone through my finger. Hey, I'm Wright. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video and I'm really excited to be doing it actually at my local crag, Dumbarton, which is in Central Belt, Scotland. I've been living here for about 3 months now and I'm loving it. So Dumbarton Rock is actually I guess it's the central crag of Scotland, like all of the hardest routes that have been put up in Scotland where we've broken through grade barriers, such as with Rhapsody and with Gutbuster behind us. There's some really hard stuff here and it tends to have been, if there's ever been like some futuristic climb being mentioned, it's been at Dumbarton, which is really, really cool. So the route that I'm trying is called Free at Last. It was put up last year by Will Bosi, and when he first did it, I was actually trying Rhapsody just by the side of it, which I did only a few weeks ago now. And it was really great getting to watch Will on it because all I was looking at was these horrendous, really powerful moves. And I heard talk about him saying it had an 8C boulder problem was its crux, which is V15 to Americans. And I was just like, how on earth can something be a 9.8 plus and have a V15 boulder? But yeah, watching Will on it and knowing that he was banging out V15s every other week like they were nothing, I knew that I really, really needed to step up my game to be able to climb this thing. So I've just spent the last several months building a bit of a base for myself. I've moved into a house just 10 minutes away and I've just been you know, climbing on the board, doing some fingerboarding. And it wasn't so long back that I climbed Rhapsody, so I'm feeling really fit at the minute. I'm thinking that if I just build up that little bit more recruitment, there's a good chance I'll be able to do this year. This is why I moved to Scotland. It's like permanent good conditions or it's just raining. Which, yeah, that's the cool thing about Scotland. It makes you really want it because it's always wet. So when it is dry, you've got no choice but to just go out. You can't win really. So yeah, the crux starts on this small right-hand pinch and you move to this little blocky left-hand crimp, get a big drop knee in, reach for this tiny little side pull crimp. And that's where I do this horrid bump with my left hand up to this really, it's quite a good hold, but the feet are really slippy. So every time I get there, I kind of feel like my left foot's just going to pop. When the foot doesn't pop, I'm able to get my left hand into this boss and then really sketchily move my feet so my left foot's on this tiny little chip, and that then allows me to kind of stand up into the undercuts, which for me that's like the last hard move of the first boulder. And then it's really hard to move my feet. I bring them up and then the aim then is to get matched into the undercuts just before I get this really crappy knee scum in. I just find that every time I'm moving my feet, when I get into the undercuts, I'm doing it differently every time. And I haven't found a sequence yet that I'm completely happy with. But I think if I keep trying it and trying different sequences, I'm sure I'll find a way that works for me. So the thing that worked for me was when I ended up matching my feet and bringing my right foot out. That was easy enough then for me to match in my left hand. And then that sets me up nicely to get the knee bar in. On this particular go, it didn't work. I tried to get the knee bar in, I just couldn't quite find the sweet spot with it. A couple of goes later though, I did manage to get the knee bar to work and I managed to make a few moves past that. This is the crux. I get this really tricky knee bar in and then reach right hand out to a really small undercut and left hand to a tiny 3-finger crimp. It's really hard then to get the knee bar out and then move my right foot up to a really small heel hook. The bad thing is though, is that when I ended up using both of the crimps, my hands ripped and I managed to go through both tips at once. So I was a bit annoyed about this, but I'm really happy with the way that my session went anyway. It's kind of funny because Will mentioned to me that as soon as he got the left hand crimp, he was able to climb to the top of the route, which I found quite bizarre because those next moves for me are still really quite hard, especially moving the feet. The one thing that amazes me with this route is the quality. It's just amazing, and every move on it just has a lot of character. So yeah, I've just come down and my skin is absolutely trashed. I just took this one fall off one of the crux moves and it's just destroyed my skin. I kind of knew this was going to happen. I was like, I should have had an extra rest day, and this is what I get for climbing a bit too much. But the conditions weren't great today anyway. They were kind of like a bit sweaty and minging, and every time the sun came out it just made it really, really difficult to make any upward progress. Basically, I was just sweating too much, but I'm pleased with how I did anyway. I still did all of the crux hand moves, and I did some small links as well. I haven't done as good as maybe I might have wanted to, like, you know, for the investment that I put in, but at the same time I'm kind of really happy at the same time that I've been able to do the moves in less than ideal conditions. It just shows that I've got a bit of reserve here, and you know, part of projecting a route this hard is you need to remain positive at all times. So even if something might seem like a negative experience, you need to try and make it as positive as you can by, you know, kind of thinking about it objectively and thinking, well, you know, conditions weren't ideal, still did the moves, still made a little bit of progress, did some things that I hadn't done before, and figured out a couple of foot moves that I was maybe struggling with a little bit before. So yeah, I really think I can do this route. I just need to grow some skin and spend a bit more time on it, figuring it out. So one thing that I wanted to bring to the table with this new YouTube endeavour was focusing a little bit more on the failures of climbing, because it is 90% failures at the end of the day. So me trying one of the hardest routes in the country, getting my ass handed to me, and you know, sharing that with you guys is a really important part of, you know, my personal growth in climbing, and also how my journey can inspire people and help them hopefully climb their own projects. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, subscribe, let me know in the comments below, and if you want to know more about my coaching, visit mattwrightcoaching.com. Thanks for watching. See you soon.